They say a broken heart is the worst pain of all. For me, it wasn't just a metaphor, it was the shattering of a future I had built in my mind, brick by painful brick. Standing at the altar, waiting for a bride who never came, felt like the end of my world. The silence in that church was deafening, filled only with the sound of my own heart breaking. London, the city where we had fallen in love, suddenly felt like a ghost town haunted by memories. Every corner, every pub, every park held a piece of her, a piece of us. I knew I couldn't stay. I had to escape, not just the city, but the man I had become, a ghost in his own life. So, I packed my bags, leaving behind everything but the ache in my chest. My destination, New York City, the city that never sleeps. I figured if I couldn't sleep either, at least I'd be in good company. I threw myself into the chaos, hoping the city's relentless energy would somehow jolt me back to life. I worked long hours, explored every borough, ate at hole-in-the-wall diners at 3 a.m. I was running, trying to outpace the memories, trying to fill the void she had left. I told myself I was moving on, but in reality, I was just moving. I dipped my toes back into the dating pool, or maybe it was more like a cannonball, app after app, date after date. There was the artist who only spoke in metaphors, the investment banker who checked her stocks mid-conversation, and the yoga instructor who told me my chakras were misaligned. It was a blur of faces and superficial conversations. Each date felt like a performance, a checklist of questions to see if we fit into each other's pre-written life scripts. But no one saw me. They saw the job, the apartment, the curated profile. The real me, the one who was still picking up the pieces, remained invisible. It was exhausting, a different kind of heartbreak. I was surrounded by millions of people, yet I had never felt more alone. I was ready to give up, to accept that maybe I was destined to be alone. I deleted the apps and decided to focus on myself. I started volunteering at a local animal shelter on weekends. It was simple, honest work, no pretense, no expectations. Just me, a lot of barking, and the unconditional affection of dogs who just wanted a little kindness. One rainy Saturday, while I was struggling to leash a particularly stubborn beagle, I heard a laugh. I looked up and saw her, drenched from the rain, her hair sticking to her face, a warm, genuine smile lighting up her eyes. She was a volunteer too. Her name was Chloe. We talked for hours that day, surrounded by the happy chaos of the shelter. We didn't talk about our jobs, our exes, or our 5-year plans. We talked about silly dog names, our favorite pizza toppings, and the time she accidentally dyed her hair green. For the first time in years, I wasn't performing. I was just me, and she seemed to like that person. Our first official date wasn't at a fancy restaurant. It was a walk in Central Park with a rescued golden retriever named Max. It was simple. It was real. With Chloe, there were no games, no masks. Love didn't find me, and I was desperately searching for it in crowded bars or on glossy dating profiles. It found me when I stopped looking, when I started healing, when I found joy in the simple act of being kind. Love found me in the middle of a rainy Saturday, in the bark of a beagle and the sound of a genuine laugh. I came to New York to escape a memory, but what I found was a new beginning. I learned that sometimes the deepest connections aren't found. They're built, moment by moment, in the quiet, unassuming spaces of a life lived authentically. And that's a love story worth telling. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more. See you next time.